Hello, everyone. We are live. RT Bear here, coming to you from Hack Shack Studios. I have a special guest with me this beautiful day. We have Mark Poulton. How are you, Mark?
I'm doing great.
Yes, great is good. Yeah, we have a little bit of history, and you have a ton of books under your belt now.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, Mark Poulton is a writer, creator, and he's done multiple comic book IPs, and you've worked for mainstream companies as well, like DC Comics. And have you worked for Marvel?
No, I never worked for Marvel. Released some stuff through Image. Those are like the two biggest companies I've worked for.
All right. Well, why don't you give a little bit of backstory so people know who Mark Poulton is?
Sure. Grew up a huge 90s fan of comic books. Um, was really influenced by the early Image guys, Rob, Todd, Jim, Mark, Eric. Those guys were rock stars to me. They were the reason I wanted to become a comic book creator. In the early 2000s, I teamed up with one of my close friends who happened to be an artist, and we published our own comic book called Coney Waves. It's about a female detective in Hawaii who solves supernatural mysteries. And around the same time that was being released, Rob Liefeld would post on Miller World. There was a Rob Liefeld appreciation thread, and every now and then he would pop in and talk to his fans. But eventually, the trolls invaded that thread, so he decided to start his own message board, and I
They
followed him
destroy
over.
everything. The trolls
Yeah.
destroy everything.
so, so I followed him over to his message board, and I would post Coney Wave stuff as the release was getting closer, and he was always real supportive of it. And one day I sent him a DM through his message board and said, "Hey, you know, you're my favorite creator. I would love to work with you one day. Do you have any tips on how I could get to that next level?" And he responded back and said, "Oh, we are going to work together, Mark. Trust me." And it was maybe a few months later. It was Thanksgiving 2006, I believe. I got a call on my cell phone from a number I didn't recognize. I answered it, and on the other end, I hear Poulton. It's Liefeld. What's up?
That sounds like Rob.
Yeah, he tracked down my phone number from one of the guys on the message board and gave me a call, and we talked. And when I say we talked, he talked for about two hours straight, and occasionally I would say, just telling me stories about the old days of Extreme, and he finished it up with he had this idea to bring Evangeline back, and because of my series Coney Waves, he thought I was the writer to do it. So that was 2007. Evangeline, the relaunch from Image, didn't come out till 2011. I just had to keep on him because Rob tends to have
Multitask.
he has great ideas, but then he falls in love with the next new idea. So I had to keep pushing him about Evangeline. But during that time, he would give me other assignments. I worked on a Brigade relaunch. I got to work on Image United. I worked on some stuff that was never saw the light of day.
Do you think it ever will?
No, I don't think so.
Do you want it? The bigger question is, do you want it to see the light of day?
Yeah, it would be cool. But I don't think it can because of the whole problem with his IPs that he had recently was terrific. Yeah. So I don't think it's possible.
There's a couple projects like that I have as well, and believe me, they're better buried.
Yeah.
And never seen the light of
day. He really liked the work I was doing on Evangeline, and that was around the time of the New 52 at DC, and he was doing a bunch of books there, and they wanted to give him more, and he said he would if they want him to do those other books, he would need some help. And they said, who would you like to work with? And he threw my name out there, and I got to work with you and Joe Bennett on Savage Hawkman for a little while. And
that book was amazing looking.
Yeah.
that is one of those weird, like you look back and go, this had all the ingredients to be a hit, but the only
Yeah.
problem was Hawkman isn't that popular. But you know what? The artwork, I pat myself on the back, was brilliant. The writing was awesome between you, like Rob giving the bombastic and you making
Yeah.
it all work structurally within story and dialogue and everything. You guys were giving Joe and I some great stuff to draw. That book, man, I
Thank you.
enjoyed it. And wasn't there was a 0 issue, right? Or
Yep. Yeah.
yeah, that thing was strangely like out of nowhere, because I was like, this is a pretty deep story. There's a lot of backstory here, and there's character, because up to that point, not that it was shallow, but there was a lot of like crazy bombastic action, and that one actually kind of settled down, a little bit.
Yeah.
And there was like some really great backstory being told there, and my gosh, I thought it was great. And even the way, I don't know if officially she was Hawk Girl or Hawk Woman. We
Yeah.
called her something else, right?
Lady Hawk.
Lady Hawk, yeah.
Yeah.
But the way that she was introduced and the way that progressed, I thought it was brilliant, man. You and Rob did a great job.
Oh, thanks. I think if it was called anything else but Hawkman, I think it would have been a big hit. I feel like your artwork, yours and Joe's together, man, it was up there. I would put it up with like Jim Lee or any other like big gun at DC at the time. It was such a beautiful book.
Yeah, it was a great book, and we did kind of inherit a tanking book at the same time, because I think
Yeah.
the book was already in trouble before we started. So maybe if we would have started the line, maybe it would have been different. But we were
Yeah.
kind of inheriting a failing book, and those are hard to recover from. I've been on books like that, and it's practically an impossible task, because once that spiral starts moving in the down direction, it's really hard to pick it back up. But we tried.
Yeah, I feel like we sort of did like it was a completely different series. It felt like when we took over. I mean, we even did Hawkman's origin because no one had touched it prior to our run. So it's a shame we couldn't have been the team to kick off that book. I think things would have been a lot different.
I think so too, and I like that Joe really supported what I was doing. So to keep things moving, he was giving me breakdowns, and I was,
Yeah.
I was pretty much doing finishes on the issue. And I thought it was just a great blend. Once again, patting myself on the back, but between like what he was giving me, like the breakdowns, and just enough detail, because I wasn't going crazy, but there was just enough to enhance it and to plus the breakdowns. Man, it was a great experience. I still have some artwork from that book, and I have to
I,
sell them kind of for not what they're really worth, just because
yeah.
it's Hawkman, you know.
Yeah.
And it
I
breaks
have
my
a
heart.
page. I have a
Yeah.
page. My wife bought me page 1 of issue 9, which the first page of my run. She bought it for me for Christmas one year. It's one of my favorite presents I ever got.
What was on the page? Do you remember?
It's Carter Hall at his desk. He's doing some research, and then at the end, he starts to transform. His mask, his helmet starts to come on,
Yeah, there was this
and then the
whole
next,
nth metal thing, right? That it would form
yeah,
them, and yeah.
yeah, it's a great page.
So it was great stuff, man. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
So,
okay, so your new 52, we're spiraling down on Hawkman. Then
uh,
what's going?
Rob had the falling out with DC. It looked like I was going to stay on the book because they had already paid for all of Rob's stories. But then I don't know. There was some bad blood, and they one day they gave me a raise, and then the next day they fired me and told me don't take it personal. But it was sort of personal.
Wow, that's weird.
'Cause, yeah.
I thought the book got canceled. Didn't it get canceled?
Yeah, it got canceled, but I was off it. The last couple issues I think were done by Frank Thierry.
Yeah, I don't even remember. I think it left
Yeah.
a bad taste in my mouth as well, that I was like, I'm not even going to keep up with this book.
Yeah. But yeah, I worked with my son. I wrote a graphic novel with him called Pizza Tree. It went on
I love
to
that
get
book.
nominated for oh, thank you. Got nominated for Best Kids Graphic Novel in the Ringo Awards. We didn't win, but we ended up winning the Moonbeam Awards for Best Kids Graphic Novel, which is like a National Children's Book Award. So, you know, that did really well for us. It's being developed as a film, but I mean, we're still in the early stages of that. But after Pizza Tree, a book that I had been working on for years with John Malin, Graveyard Shift. Finally, all the stars finally aligned on that, and we were finally able to release it after about 8 years of working on it on and off. And that was like probably the biggest hit of my career. I never experienced anything like the success of Graveyard Shift. Well, the first campaign, I didn't experience anything like it until the second campaign, which almost doubled what the first one made. We're actually production on all the books for the second campaign. We offered with including a reprint of Volume 1 with a new cover, 4 different books. So we've been working extra hard wrapping them up. It's Graveyard Shift 2. There's a supplemental book where we had a talent search and hired some up and coming writers and artists to do some one shots for us. They're being combined for a book.
Yeah, I'm working
Yeah,
with one. Ryan.
Render
Yeah.
Contender. Yeah.
Yeah.
and then we hit our stretch goal at $170,000. Everyone got a copy of my latest book, U.S. Assassin. So that's being colored and lettered right now. So we're going to deliver 4 new books to to fans in March, hopefully.
Oh, that'll be good. Is that the newest book? I mean, not the newest, but is that just before the Indiegogo that you have going now?
Yeah. So yeah, the Graveyard Shift campaign ended in September. We're going to fulfill that in March. Right now, I have a new Indiegogo going on called Sea Dog and Codename Kill Switch, and I'm doing that with my son and artist Clint Holinsky.
Well, you want me to share the page and you start talking about it a little bit?
Yeah, please do.
And your dog can talk too.
Yeah. She saw someone outside. She got a little excited.
Okay, well, I'm gonna share Sea Dog and Codename Kill Switch now. So here we go. So this is it.
Yeah.
Is it launching in November or is it
yeah. It launched. It launched November 1st. It's still running. We funded. The campaign ends on December 31st. So we bring in the new year with the ending of the campaign.
Okay, so then the launch was in November, and you'll end the end of the year here.
Yep.
Well, you're doing pretty good. You got 6,135. You got 109 backers, and you still almost have a month to go. So
yeah, I think we're going to do pretty good. We have a couple stretch goals that we're hoping to hit. The first one at 7,500, all the backers will get a Sea Dog and Codename Kill Switch versus Graveyard Shift print.
Is that at the back? I'm trying to find it now.
I think it's on the page. Yeah.
Okay. Stretch goals. Wow.
There we go. You just there it is, right there, the black and white one. Yeah. It'll be colored when it goes to when it goes out to all the backers.
Very cool. Yeah, so let me move back up and keep going.
Yeah, the whole idea for the book came as Graveyard Shift was winding down. My son got so wrapped up in the all the excitement of the campaign. He was like, "Dad, we need to do a cool book like that, I don't want to do any more kitty books, he said. So I was like, yeah, we can do a superhero book. And we came up with Sea Dog, who is not only is he the world's greatest hero, Sea Dog, but he is also the world's most popular canine rapper, Sea Dog. Um, and
Is that him in the lower right-hand corner there? Is
yep,
that Doug?
yep. He can fly, he has super strength, and he can turn into a fish.
Sounds like something you would come up with.
Yeah, but at the same time we were developing Sea Dog, Clint Polinsky, I had known him for years. We used to work together at Arcana Studio. He hit me up and asked if I would be interested in working with him on something, and just lined up perfectly. I pitched him Sea Dog, and he was like, "Oh, that's really cool." And I love the 90s influences you have. He said he had these characters that he was working on called Codename Kill Switch. Did I think they could possibly fit together? And right off the bat, I thought they were a perfect fit, and we crafted a story with the team trying to seek the help of Sea Dog to rescue a young Meta who had been kidnapped, and it just came together perfectly. I really dig Clint's artwork. You can tell he has those early Image influences too. I see a lot of Rob Liefeld and Jim Lee. He's a huge fan of yours as well. When I told him I was going to chat with you today, he was real excited.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It also looks like it could fit into the Savage Dragon universe as well.
Oh,
with the
yeah.
plastic aspects. Yep. Yeah, it definitely looks like a homage to
the
90s Image stuff. It looks good. So is it a one and done 48 page?
We have a book 2 planned. So I think there'll be more Sea Dog and Codename Kill Switch. After that, we'll see. Chase and I, we definitely have a lot of plans for Sea Dog. So people will definitely see more of the characters.
Are you going to? Is this a self-contained story, or is it like a cliffhanger ending that will go into the next issue?
So people get a full story of it's the main story is Codename Kill Switch trying to recruit Sea Dog. So you'll get resolution to that, but there will be a carryover that leads into book 2.
Okay. Very cool. So tell us about the tiers a little bit.
Sure. So our featured tier is the Malin Militia. John was nice enough to do a variant cover for us. Well, he will. He's busy finishing up Graveyard Shift right now. So once he's done that, then he'll draw the cover for us. But besides that cover, you get the regular cover by Clint. There's a Ashcan preview of Volume 2 and a 7-card trading set. We actually had a talent search for the trading card set. We looked for our artists through Twitter. People could submit their art using the hashtag CDog contest, and we hired artist Dexter Weeks. He won the contest. I think some of his not sure if we posted the trading card yet, but he's already completed his first 2 cards. I've shown him on Twitter. They look fantastic.
Is he doing all the cards?
Yeah, he's doing all 7.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So that's the $75 tier. The $25 is the Chihuahua, and that is just the standard cover Volume 1.
Cool. Are these coming? Yeah, these are signed, right, by you?
Yep. Clint lives in Minnesota, so it's going to be kind of hard for him to get down here to sign books. Hopefully Chase will sign them with me too.
So Clint is freezing, or is it Clint? Yeah, he's freezing right now in Minnesota.
Yeah, I think they just had a big snowstorm this week.
I would. You'd have to pay me to live in Minnesota. So then we have $40.
Yeah, $40. You get 2 copies of the book with standard cover.
And these are signed as well. Very cool. All right.
$50. The Golden Retriever. That is one copy of Volume 1, the Volume 2 Ashcan preview, and the 7 trading card set.
Oh, very cool. So this is where the trading cards start, other than the featured. So is this the first tier with the trading cards? Wow,
Yep,
you're not just giving away
$50
one. Yeah, you're not just giving away one card. You're giving all 7 away. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's the whole team and Sea Dog. So
That's awesome.
yeah, we started the trading cards with Graveyard Shift, and I just love them so much. I was a huge collector in the 90s, so just bringing back the stuff I love.
Yeah, the trading cards are really a big part of these campaigns now. I know that I have a 10 card set with Chrono Mechanics, and as the stretch goal, we have 4 more cards.
Oh,
so
nice.
yeah, they're pretty cool, and people seem to really appreciate them. So you guys are on the right track here. Okay, so we got the German Shepherd.
So that's everything in the Malin Militia tier, except Clint will do a head sketch for you as well.
Wow, that's a pretty good deal. Wait, how much is the Malin Militia? 75.
So for $25 more, you get some original art from Clint.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, and you get the full trading card set as well.
Yep.
Sweet. All right, you got 9 claim there. Okay, and this looks like the main one. This is Sea Dogs, the featured image here. So you guys aren't messing around with Dogs of War here.
Dogs of War. No one's bid on it yet. But you get everything in the 100 tier plus a personalized Sea Dog hockey jersey. You can have your name and number put on the back. Actually, Chase and I ordered a couple just so I could do an unboxing and show people the jersey, and they're arriving today. So later this weekend, I'll post a video of Chase and I opening up our jerseys and showing them off.
Oh man, I wish this was we could. Well, maybe we'll do another one where you can unbox them and show off the jerseys, man. Maybe you get some backers on this perk.
Yeah.
This is really pretty cool. So it's everything plus a hockey jersey.
Yeah.
Are you signing the hockey jersey, or how's that going to work?
I could. I mean, if fans wanted me to, backers wanted me to sign them, I could. I don't expect there to be thousands of jerseys, so it would definitely be manageable.
With Graveyard Shift, your house was the fulfillment center, right? Is that
yes.
Right?
Yeah. And I work a full-time job, so it took me. John came down the first weekend and signed all the books and did the sketches, but then he had to head home. So I ended up fulfilling, my wife and I, and it took us about 6 weeks to get them all out, and that was 2,000 plus books.
That's not bad at all. That is not bad at all.
This time around, John's handling fulfillment, so I'm going to fly out to Michigan probably sometime in March and sign all the books and help for a couple of days. Then I'll have to head back.
So then March will be fulfillment on Graveyard Shift 2?
Yep.
Oh, very good, man. People are going to get excited when they get those books. Yeah, Black and White is in fulfillment right now, and we're starting to get the feedback. And man, the energy is so amazing.
I'm excited to get my copy.
Oh, thank you for backing. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, we have a little interesting backstory on that. We were supposed to get the books weeks ago. We're having some problems with the printer, and the weird thing now is he's kind of holding the books hostage for some stupid, reason. I'll eventually tell the complete story, but the books are here. For some reason, he's not releasing them to us. So we're trying to work out the details with that. But he's saying that sometime next week we should get the full shipment. So what we did, the reason we have been fulfilling up to this point is we paid their blood money and got an advance shipment of books out so we could try to keep our word with the backer. Yeah, so we paid almost $500 to get a shipment a couple boxes of books so we could, start fulfillment and keep our word with the backers. And so we should get next week the whole shipment. So then we can go in like big time fulfillment.
Uh-huh.
And start putting out more books on a day-to-day basis. And we're still shooting for early January for getting all the books out. Yeah.
Outside of the troubles getting the books, how have you enjoyed the fulfillment part from what you have done so far?
Well, my wife's mainly doing that, so I help her out when I can. But it's pretty good. We haven't had any damaged books yet. We've had some damaged boxes, but books weren't. And my wife is a little psychic. She actually, because it was raining here and it was raining in some of the territories where we were sending the books, so she actually, she got the little bags from the supermarket, that you put produce and things in.
Yeah.
And she just wrapped them all in those bags and then taped them closed, just like extra protection for the Gemini mailer. And so we just got somebody that told us the box had been opened or had broken open somehow, negligence on, the post part. And if it wasn't for it being in that extra plastic bag, the books would have got wet and damaged. So we are going above and beyond. And I'm so thankful that she did that, because I think also that was a art book tier. So the art book was in there as well. And those are very, very limited. So if one got damaged, I don't really have a lot of books to replace it with. So I'm so thankful that she thought of the bags. So let's get back on this, because this is the main reason we're here. So Crotch Rocket, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, he seems to be the fan favorite character. He's from the future. He gets his name from, he has a motorcycle, a sky cycle that appears out of a portal whenever he needs it.
And so the rice burners are the old like Kawasaki's.
Yeah.
They called them crotch rockets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clint likes to joke his greatest crotch rocket's greatest weapon is his pants.
Ooh, and his guns. Is that a gun in your pants, Crotch Rocket? Or you see me? Rebel looks a little perturbed here, but Crotch Rocket looks happy.
Yeah, he's a ladies' man.
Ladies' man. This is great. Is this the same artist, right? This is
it's all Clint's art.
Yeah, very cool. So then these almost look like trading card bios. Is this?
We when we were thinking of what to put together for the campaign page, there's a lot of characters, so we thought like the best way would be to make these little bios up almost like a Marvel's or DC Who's Who type entry. But yeah, the plus the bios work perfectly for the trading cards we're going to do.
Yeah, other than the actual composition, they look like they could be the back of a trading card. Yeah. So who's doing all your graphics? Some of this graphic stuff is pretty cool.
Clint put it all together.
Oh man, you scored with that guy.
Yeah, he's been working in the industry since '96. Rob actually gave him his first job too, penciling part of the last issue of Youngblood at Maximum Press.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Clint told me the story. He said he met Rob at Wizard World Chicago and showed him his samples, and Rob stuck out his hand and said, "Welcome to Image Comics." And Clint thought he was like set on this path, and it didn't quite work out how he envisioned, but he was happy to have that one shot at Youngblood. But Clint's worked for like a ton of companies. He's done work at DC, Devil's Due, did a bunch of stuff when I was working at Arcana Studio. He's worked on some Disney books. He has a ton of credits to his name.
Is Arcana, is that Sean
O'Reilly?
Yeah. At one point he was trying to he wanted to publish Chrono Mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just couldn't work out the details there. But yeah, this looks great. So Maximum was Extreme still running at the same time Maximum Press was, or was that was
I
Extreme done?
No, well, they were running at the same time, and I think that led to the fallout with Rob and Image, and then it was just Maximum Press. So, like when the book that Clint worked on, Youngblood 14, I don't think there was any Extreme Studio anymore. All of Rob's stuff was coming out through Maximum Press.
And Maximum, were they still being distributed and everything through
Yeah.
Comics?
Through Image, no, they were their own separate
So it was Maximum
publisher.
Press. Okay.
Yeah.
The publisher. Okay. What was the company that Rob had with Jeff Loeb? That wasn't Maximum, was it?
That was awesome.
Awesome. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a couple years after Maximum Press stopped, then Rob and Jeff did Awesome.
Yeah, I almost got in on, I forget, maybe I did. I think I did finishes over Brandon Peterson on a Glory story.
Oh, wow.
I think that was awesome. Because Awesome
Yeah, that
still
was awesome.
the Rob books, right? The old Extreme book.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did Supreme and Glory and Youngblood. Yeah, so yeah, I remember the Brandon Peterson Glory book.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm not sure if it ever came out, but apparently it did.
Wasn't that an Alan Moore was writing it, I think?
I think it was, yeah. You
Yeah.
have a better memory than I don't know if I ever got any comps back or anything. I do so much work. I did, especially yeah. Sometimes it's all just a blur. So this is Rebel. So this is another one of the team. So what's her? She's what's her powers?
So
Sonic Scream.
The character before her, Soldier 7, was a member of he was part of this Super Soldier program. Rebel was also in that program, but she washed out of it. So she has a, hence the name Rebel. She has attitude problems. Her superpower is her Rebel Yell, which is a Sonic Scream.
There's a little Billy Idol in there. It's Billy Idol meets Black Canary. She cried more.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very cool, man. So then we have the Ladies Man, Crotch Rocket.
Yep.
That's a great name. It cracks me up, man. Ooh, he's the mystery man too.
Yep.
So what? I guess we already kind of explained. So he's got the trans-dimensional. What is trans-dimensional? Is that like transportation or is it transgender? He's got the transgender dimensional warp bike. So he's from the future, and he is he's got a bad attitude too, man.
Yeah, a lot of loose cannons on this team.
Yeah, it sounds like there's going to be a little tension.
Yeah,
I like Neon's logo.
Yeah. So Neon, she's the one that sort of sets this whole story off. She's the young Meta who is kidnapped by superhuman traffickers, and that leads codename Killswitch out to recruit Sea Dog to help them track her down. But she can she forms solid energy constructs with her hands, and she can use them as weapons. I love her look. I think she has the best hair in comics.
Yeah, she's got the best hair. She looks like she'd fit in with the highly sexualized Legion of the Superheroes. I can't remember who was drawing some of those women, but remember they had like these crazy costumes like this. Yeah, very, very sexy, my friend. Is the tone kind of tongue in cheek, just fun action adventure, or is this serious? The tone.
It's more tongue in cheek, over the top. I felt like Graveyard Shift was so serious and grim and gritty. I wanted to get a little bit away from that. So, I mean, the main character is a superhero dog, so it lends itself to more humor.
Yeah, it seems like it's a more fun kind of, action, like
Yeah.
straightforward action adventure. The only reason I'm asking is because the human trafficking aspects of it seems like it's getting a little dark there. But yeah, so we have Stormborn.
Stormborn. Yeah.
Hard to say.
So he's barbarian from another world. He gets exiled from his world to Earth. So he's basically this crazy barbarian, and codename Killswitch takes him in more or less to keep tabs on him because he's so uh, just such a wild card. Better to have him on your team than running loose.
Well, so far this is my favorite visual
Yeah.
character. He's kind of like Conan meets He-Man kind of look.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. And I like that he doesn't I like things that are juxtaposed, like things that don't seem like they should fit, but then
Uh-huh.
they fit really well. And he just doesn't look like he fits in with the team, but
Uh-huh.
but it'll be cool to see how he does. I just mean visually, and then just
Yeah.
like, do you remember those what ifs that Marvel used to do? And I
Yeah.
remember they would do some where, what if Conan was in the Avengers? Like
Uh-huh.
stuff like that. And you're like, whoa, this is really weird. And then you read the story and you're like, oh, this is really cool. He's walking around New York City, he's taking it all in, and he's hanging out with superheroes. It's kind of cool. Yeah. Okay, so now we have Tundra.
Tundra. So, I mean, as you can tell, a lot of these characters are influenced by other characters. This is our rock character, which, you know, there's Bad Rock, there's Thing. He kind of has some Sandman elements too, but he's also the brains of the team. He's a scientist, but he's also a living mountain. Um, he's so big though, he it's hard for him to do his experiments and stuff. So they don't always work out as planned.
So he can't change his shape or size. He's always the rock guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's got the big hands, so test tubes are a
Yep.
little tough to maneuver through. I got it. Wow, this looks like a great team. Very eclectic, fun. It really feels like a tribute or an ode to those. Let me play this video. Is this like a time lapse of the drawing?
Yeah.
Great pose, very iconic. Let's move it a little, get some detail in here. The face is coming in.
Mm-hmm.
At this speed, he already has the book done.
Yeah.
So how far along is the book at this point?
The book's about 25% finished, and we're shooting for an August 2020 fulfillment. I think we're gonna beat that. I'm always a little cautious when naming our date because I don't want to be late. So I think I gave us a little bit of cushion there.
Yeah, I wish I would have knew John Malin better before we launched Black and White, because he said, whatever you think you can do, pad it by 2 months.
Yeah.
And man, was he correct on that. And with chrono mechanics, we padded it so much that we're probably going to exceed that date. We'll get it done early. But I just think it's better to go with the further out date than the really optimistic date. And it's kind of like what John was saying, where artists are a little bit overly optimistic of what they can do, And I definitely was when I went into black and white, because also it was just going to be like a remastering, which is just a cleanup of the book. But then it just, ambition being what it is, I ended up like redrawing most of the book, and just expanding on the story and everything. So it's a great book. It's way more in depth, and I'm glad I did, but it just took way more time than we had initially let people know. And the great thing about this community, Mark, is that we didn't lose. We lost one backer in all that time.
Yeah.
So only one person, pulled out. And I don't really blame them. Not that I want people to back out, but it was a little bit longer than we had said, and but we are fulfilling now. So I definitely learned, like, this is all a learning curve, and there's a lot of, like figuring stuff out on the fly and learning what to do and what not to do. So definitely Chrono is going to benefit from the learning curve.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely learned a lot from the first campaign of Graveyard Shift, and what we can do better for the second one. Even just simple things like the way we stacked the Gemini mailers. I had the logo facing up. If I had them facing down, it would have saved me like a second assembling them, because I now have to flip each one over to twist it into shape.
Right.
But bags, and we bagged and board all the books, and we were using Silver Age, but we were putting two books, sometimes two books into one bag, or one book and trading cards in an ash can. And we thought we would have the room with Silver Age, but if we had just spent a couple, not even dollars, but a couple cents more on getting the Golden Age bags, it would have made things so much easier, because we really had to slide those books into the Silver Age and be gentle not to tear the bags or anything.
Yeah, you have to be very careful. We made the same mistake on our first order of backing boards and bags.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even know there were multiple sizes, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, now I know. Oh, this is great. The team shot. Look at this. Is this a cover or a pinup? What is this piece here?
That'll be a cover to the Volume 2 ash can.
Oh, very cool. Ooh, this looks like a different style. Who did this?
It's Clint. Yeah.
It looks a little different. Yeah.
Yeah. Almost like a little more I don't know, Frank Cho-ish maybe.
Very dot.
Or Adam Hughes maybe. Yeah.
Little Dotson-ish. Yeah, this is nice.
Mm-hmm.
So who's doing your color? Is the same colorist throughout? Is it Andrew Dahlhouse?
So those last two pieces, Clint colored himself, but all the previous stuff, Andrew Dahlhouse, he's coloring the book for us. He also colored U.S. Assassin for me, but he's doing Bloodshot and Rye right now for Valiant. And I think those are two of the nicest looking books out there right now.
Yeah, you got a good colorist. He's really good. I know, I can't think of what projects, but I know I've worked with him before.
Uh-huh.
So this is what did you say this was? This is a stretch goal?
Yeah, this will be like a 6x9 print for all the backers. Graveyard Shift versus Sea Dog and Codename Killswitch.
So what is the stretch goal number at to get the?
We have to hit 7,500, which I'm confident that we'll get there.
Oh, you're close already.
Yeah.
No, you'll make it. You still have almost a month, and so then this piece these are interiors.
Yeah.
So this is Andrew's work here on coloring.
Yep. Yeah, that's the latest page that he colored for us.
Wow, that guy's having a good time whacking that guy right there. That's awesome. This looks like a lot of fun, my friend.
Yeah, it's been fun working on this. It's real over the top. grew up a big '90s comic fan, so just have fun with that type of comic and storytelling.
Yeah,
That has been
I just like good action adventure, just fun
yeah
action adventure. Um, with black and white, I it definitely has that sensibilities. I like stuff like, fun Indiana Jones, Star Wars, and even some of the more like campy or broad stuff like what is it? Like Big Trouble Little China, that type of stuff.
yeah
Where you don't necessarily sit down and explain things in a very realistic way. You just kind of move the plot forward and just have a lot of fun with, big, crazy stuff. Because sometimes I feel like as a creative person, if you get too bogged down with reality, you can take some of the ideas and the creativity off of the table. You know what I mean? Because then
yeah
it feels like you're handcuffed. Like there's not as much stuff that you can do. And so I like the more serious, tone of comics and my entertainment as well. But I do really appreciate the more broad, uh, fun action adventure
yeah.
stuff too, which
One of
it
my
definitely looks like it's from that template.
Yeah, one of my favorite comic book series of all time was the Giffen and DeMatteis Justice League International run, and it was just more of not so much the adventures they were on, it was just the way the characters interacted with each other. So I wanna I wanna have like some fun with these characters playing off each other.
Yeah, I think society right now is a little too serious. I think they need some good escapism. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is Crotch Rocket. He's actually flying with his crotch rocket in this
Yep.
shot. Well, now I know the characters, so I can see. Oh, wait
Yeah.
a minute. Oh God, I'm sorry. I'm brain farting on. Is it
Tundra.
Tundra? So he
Yeah.
can change his size.
Yeah, like almost like Sandman from Marvel. Yeah, but he can't turn he can't turn into human form. I thought that's what you were meaning when you first said that.
Well, I kind of was hinting at both. So then
Yeah.
when you said he could become the size of a mountain or whatever, you
Yeah.
weren't kidding. He can literally become the size of a
Yes.
mountain. Okay. Oh, that's very cool. Because I think
So
that
that
this
kaiju
is
cat.
beyond. Yeah, this is beyond Sandman. Oh, the
Yeah.
kaiju.
Yeah, my son created the kaiju, and we sent his picture over to Clint, and then Clint turned it into that awesome creature. We released it's one of the videos I think on our that we included with our campaign. But yeah, we have Clint going from Chase's picture to his version of it.
I like the Feed Me Seymour, Little Shop of Horrors
Yeah.
monster coming out on the side there.
Yeah, my son had just watched Stranger Things with me, so he was I think he was a little influenced by the Demogorgons.
I usually don't say this about people's kids, but your kid's adorable. Actually, he's
Thank
pretty
you.
cool. Is he taking acting lessons? He's doing something, right?
No, he has his own YouTube channel. It does way better than mine. um, but yeah, he it's the new generation. Like I grew up watching cartoons and TV shows, and he watches YouTube, and these YouTubers are like huge celebrity, big deals to him. And a couple years back, he was like, "Dad, I really want to do my own channel," and I finally gave in. And I was like, "All right, I'll help you with it." And he's been good. Every week he puts out a new video. It's usually a lot of experience videos, like us going to theme parks, or we went to there's a place Candytopia in Philadelphia that we went to. So it's just a lot of experience videos, unboxing videos. He loves making slime, so there's tons of slime videos.
That's cool. I'm
Yeah.
slimed. He's got to
But
send those to people like boxes of slime. Why isn't there a slime character in this team? That's
I
all you
know.
do. Oh my gosh,
uh,
he's already got the built-in marketing and licensing with the slime.
Yeah, when I do Comic Cons, he usually tags along with me, and he sells his own brand of slime with his own little Chase Hunter TV logo label on it.
Oh, that's very cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thank you so much for letting me share this with my viewers. So you have 26 more days, you have 109 backers, and you're 6,135. And you said 7,500 unlocks that print
Yes.
as a stretch goal?
Yep.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, I'm going to go back and we're going to see what the chat has to say about Sea Dog and Codename Kill Switch. It turns out they love it. Oh, what? Listen, man. This is our ongoing joke, man. Jalapeno milk is like it's either FT bear or fart T bear. I'm glad he's clarifying with the fart now because the FT bear sounds more rude.
Yeah.
So very, very cool, man. So what's your do you have a follow-up for Sea Dog and Codename Kill Switch?
My next project after that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm hoping when Graveyard Shift 2 backers start getting their books, they'll be getting the free copy of US Assassin. My artist, Mike McMahon, he's already working on volume 2. I would love to launch the volume 2 campaign after everyone gets their free copy of volume 1.
Yeah, I think that's the key to try to, if it's an ongoing or it's
Yeah.
serialized, to try to figure out how to do them in a timely fashion. I think for me, after Black and White Volume 2, I'm just going to do one and dones. I can revisit the characters and the world, but just not as like cliffhanger endings or storylines that
Yeah.
rely on the previous book. Um, I just realize Marvel and DC and these other publishing houses have an infrastructure that I just cannot compete with. So
Right.
they can actually kind of become more of an assembly line and get these books out a lot quicker. And pretty much just like we are, the whole machine
Yeah.
where everything. So even down to fulfilling, the books. So all that stuff takes time. I like wearing all the hats. I think it's a blast and it's a great departure from, just kind of doing the one thing at Marvel or DC. But you end up looking up at the clock and you go, wait a minute, I just spent, 2 hours, answering emails,
Right.
or
Yeah.
packing boxes or whatever.
Yeah, as much work as the fulfillment was, I actually found it very satisfying because I knew I would put more care into packaging someone's book up than whatever if I hired some service to do it for us. Um, so at least I knew the fans were getting something that was you know well taken care of.
Yeah, and the best thing too is, at least in our case with my wife and I's, is that if there's a problem, Pamela can move on a dime. She can just
Yeah,
shift over and she can take care of these problems. But if we had a fulfillment center, there's kind of middleman and there's like a language, not a language, but there's kind of there's a little bit of a detach there. That's I guess communication, and sometimes things can take a day just to get on the same page with a simple problem. This way, if we get it, we get the email, she can deal with it right away, and then we can just course correct and go in that direction. So I do like that. I do think if we do more than 1,500, we might have to not so much
yeah,
go to a fulfillment center, but probably hire somebody at least to do stuff like what you were talking about, put the books in the bags, and just some of
yeah.
the more like straightforward stuff.
Yeah, I think on this next one, when I head up to Michigan, John has a few people that he's bringing on to help us. So hopefully we'll move through it a little quicker than the 6 weeks it took me to do the first volume.
But 6 weeks is pretty respectable. How many books was that? The first
I think it was like 2100.
That's a lot. So on
Yeah.
the second campaign, how many books?
So I think we had around the same amount of backers, but we were offering 4 books. So, it's 2,500 copy. We printed 2,500 copies of book 2, 2,500 copies of U.S. Assassin, etc. So there's like 4 times the amount of books. Same number of backers, more books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Gus Tyler Bush says campaign looks amazing. So you got a
Thank
thumbs
you.
up, Mark, from Gus. And
That's awesome.
we got Slick Rick. Too Many Comics Kickstarter refused to take Malin's first crowdfund project. Malin and Poulton did Graveyard Shift together, so there's principle. Also, I heard there's other advantages. So, yeah, we got that. So, did you guys take Graveyard Shift to Kickstarter?
No, I think he's talking about Jawbreakers. Kickstarter wouldn't do that one, and John was the artist on Jawbreakers.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about. For some reason, man, the book that started it all, I always forget.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't. Yeah, the groundbreaking book that it was. Okay, so Slick Rick, thanks a lot for the info. Explains a lot. All right. Well, you have a parting shot? Do you have your YouTube channel or anything else you want to guide people over to?
Sure. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Coney Waves. It was the name of my first comic book. I'm on YouTube, just under my name, Mark Poulton. I've been posting a lot of Sea Dog videos lately. You can also follow my son, Chase Hunter TV, on YouTube. He's posting Sea Dog videos as well, and we'll have that hockey jersey unboxing coming up probably this weekend. And I'm about to launch a new show. It has its own channel. It's called the CG Mailbag, and it's going to be different Comicsgate creators just answering fans' questions.
Oh, that sounds great. That sounds great. Do you mind if I get a quick plug-in for Chrono?
Sure, do it.
All right, let's do it. Well, here it is, Chrono Mechanics. So I'm gonna share real quick. I don't want to keep you guys too much longer. So yeah, so Chrono Mechanics, they do more before the dawn of time than most people do all day. We have 9 days left, so a little bit over a week. We are at 184 backers, 326. We got a couple backers this morning, so thank you very much for that. And what are we at? Because our next stretch goal is at 15K. So we've already unlocked 3 stretch goals. Those are the 3 trading cards. And we have one more trading card in that set at 15K. So what is that? 675? 674, I guess, away from, and I'm just going to show you the stretch goals real quick to try to inspire. And the trading cards are big hit. So we have these 4 different covers here. One's by Carlo Barberi, Aaron Lopresti, Tom Bancroft, and Sean Cheeks Galloway. And so I thought it would be fun to take this artwork and to turn them into trading cards. So what we have here is the stretch goals. So here are the trading cards. So we have Oot is 12K, which you guys have received that. You unlocked it. Doug, you've unlocked it, so you'll get that. And at 14, you have Zin. You've unlocked that. So we are so close to the 15. So if you guys want the full set, we're going to have to hit that 15. And then at 16, I'm going to start kind of trying to light a fire. We have the Chrono Team trading card. So all in all, if you get the ultimate tier, you have all 10 of the original trading cards, the trading card set. And then if we can get to 16K, you'll have the 5 stretch goal trading cards. So that'll be 15 all in all. So when you guys get some time, please go check out the Chrono site. Hope you like it.
Looks great.
Oh, thank you, man. These things are labors of love. You spend so much time putting this stuff together, talking to people, doing the artwork. And the good thing is I did learn a lot from the Chrono or the Black and White campaign. So Chrono is already, I think I just sent out page 37 to Narwhal for coloring. So it's a 48-page book at this point. So we're over 2/3 of the way done. So we're probably going to fulfillment way before the time that we gave there. And Chrono's got some art fans because every time we post a piece of original artwork, we sell it. So there's some art fans out there.
That's great
for the style. Yeah. So that's always a good tell. And it just makes me feel good that the artwork finds a home. And so we just added a couple new reviews. So we just got these in. So these are fun little reviews from famous people throughout time. The writing on this book is unsurpassed. I will write nevermore. Oh, Edgar, you silly writer of scary stories. And he's a bird lover, apparently. Who knew? All the knowledge of the universe is in this book. Deep, huh? Aristotle. Some know-it-all in a bathrobe. What? Van Gogh and lunatic. That's my favorite one. This book is pure gold. No, I touched the damn thing. How does it end? Midas. Very rich king and hands-on kind of guy. So yeah, it goes on. We got one from Ben Franklin, and we got one from Einstein. So they're still coming in, you guys. Some quotes from famous people. This is just a lot of fun. It's a good, clean action adventure story. It's a 48-page self-contained, and there have been people that are thinking that this is a little kid's book or a kid's book. It is not. So we added the PG-13 on there to let you know that it is a more adult book. When we say Doug is a 70s rock star, he's a 70s rock star with all the vices that go into it. You know, the womanizing, the alcoholism, the drugs, you know, all the good stuff, the sex, drugs, rock and roll. And so, yeah, there's some raunchy humor in here. I think probably the best way to explain would be it's kind of Futurama-ish as far as tone, or Simpsons kind of thing. So, yeah, so there you go. Thank you guys for indulging me on that. I appreciate it. So we're going to wrap this. Oh, wait. We got Kevin just back the Sea Dog book. Looks great.
Thank you, Kevin.
How I missed that one. Yeah, Kevin is awesome, man. Yeah, so thanks, Kevin. So you just got a backer on Sea Dog, so that's very cool.
Awesome.
So thank you so much, Mark, and we'll cross paths if you want somebody to ask some questions to on your new YouTube.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Sounds fun. All right, brother. We're gonna bow out. So continued success on the book, and we'll talk to